What is a question no one can answer? Well, technically every question can be answered, it's the validity of that answer that comes into question. The first one I come up with is there a God? You can believe in it, not can you prove it? Are there alien life friends are there? The odds are that yes there is, but again, can it be proven with zero doubt? And lastly, what do women actually want? We all have theories, but none of them seem to work for very long. Proof that God exists for real. For real. And not just miracles etc. but real proof. I personally believe in a higher consciousness. But not something I can prove. Also what happens to us when we die? People with near-death experience can describe some things. But once again, no proof that everyone will believe. A philosophical question that often elicits deep contemplation is what is the meaning of life? While individuals may have personal beliefs and interpretations, the question remains open to subjective and existential perspectives, making it challenging to provide a universally definitive answer. If by can you mean the best attempt people could have is to guess, there are a lot actually. Here's my favorite. Is it really worth it? But if you mean that everyone has no answer, that makes it tricky. I guess it would go something like, is there really an end to knowledge? If this question was worded as no one can answer yes to, I would have an actual answer. However, the way this question is presented, here's my real logical answer. There's no question that cannot be explained or answered. What were you doing just before going into the light, only to be spit forth cold and confused? Crying out over what you were just torn away from as the memories raced away from you? What were you doing just before you were born? You're masturbating and suddenly walks in on you who caught you, and what happened? Or when you weren't masturbating and you noticed someone watching you and they didn't know you see them, where were you and what did you do? Have you ever had a dream that you had, you could, you'll do, you want, you could do so, you'll do, you could do, you want them to do you so much you could do anything? Where do the blue and red lids to my food containers go? I make sure they stay in the same room, and count them every time I put them away, but eventually, they just begin to disappear. Most of the questions kids aged between 2-8 ask. They never make sense and are always things like, so is there a tunnel inside a black hole or does it go somewhere else? Woman facepalming. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? Or if she really meant everything that she ever said, thoughtful face, man shrugging. What is the actual purpose of life? Not everyone knows, and not always is the scientific answer correct. If you are constantly changing, is it ever possible to know yourself? And what is doing the knowing? What was the first truly forgotten thing in human existence, that remains forgotten to this day? Why did 21 say put DNA in a chicken wing, PY rich flex? What do these godly lyrics mean? Some may say the cup is half empty, others say it's half full, but where did the other half go? What is the purpose of life? Why are we here? Does God exist? How was the universe created? What does God think of his master creations? Has his vision of the human race been successful? What do barbecue ribs taste like smoked with the Declaration of Independence as the smoke source? How many ideas do we really create by permutations and combinations of things we have learned? What I thought at insert time, on insert day, week, month, year between 1987 and now. How many three-dimensional universes exist within a given amount of four-dimensional space? Why do socks always disappear in the laundry, leaving their soulmates behind? Could Jesus microwave a burrito so hot that even he himself could not eat it? What's the question to this answer? What happened before the Big Bang? How did matter originate to begin with? What does the tender flesh of a woman feel like? Solemnly removes fedora. Which writer thought it was a good idea to let Vicky Vale in the Batcave? What really happens to you when you die? Is there really a heaven or hell? Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? What does it mean to live on borrowed time if time itself is infinite? Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. When the moon is not around, where can the missing bits be found? Is the objective of creating art to sell stuff or save yourself? Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. How did we come into existence? Or what is the meaning of life? We actually have the answer, but we don't know the question. 42. Why is 6 afraid of 7? No one can answer. Only a 6 can. Where is my other sock? What happened to all the teaspoons? How many light bulbs does it take to change a psychologist? If you restore a ship piece by piece, is it the same ship? Is the statement is false true or false? What happens when you die? What is the meaning of life? Can God microwave a burrito so hot even he can eat it? Can God microwave a burrito so hot even he can eat it? Why do we always find things in the last place we look? What happened to make that first living thing alive? What happened in room 25? 8:47 AM on September 7, 2010. Why do kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Why does the universe go to the trouble of existing?